Welcome back. Well, artificial intelligence is rapidly reshaping how businesses, operate, redefining productivity, talent management, and organizational performance across industries. As companies increasingly embed AI and digital technologies into everyday operations, new opportunities are emerging to unlock workforce value, streamline decision making, and drive efficiency. But alongside these benefits come critical questions around governance, risk management, and the future of work. Joining me for this conversation, I have Dr. Chizo Melize, the MD CEO, FITC. She joins me right here in the studio. It's great to have you on. Good morning.
Always great to be back.
Fantastic. So definitely we are moving away a bit from the war in Iran at this time.
Indeed.
But the risks are there. And, looking at, today's, rapidly changing business, landscape, talk to me about that intersection of artificial intelligence at this point. Almost, we can't go a day without talking about AI, even though we're focusing on the war a lot this time. How are you seeing that?
Great. So today, technology has totally changed the way that we live life, the way that organizations engage with their stakeholders. Artificial intelligence particularly is transforming the way that both individuals and organizations and the talent and workforce within the organizations are actually on a daily basis driving values to the industry, to their consumers, and to their stakeholders in general. And so artificial intelligence has brought significant rapid change to the way that things are done. Whether it's in terms of helping organizations transform and translate value through their research, their insight, the decision making, the output, even the design of products in terms of innovation and value that they create and deliver. And so organizations must therefore put AI at the forefront so that they can optimize all of this value. Having said that also, recall it's human beings and the workforce and their talents that drive these processes. And so it becomes very imperative that institutions and leaders make the right investments so that there is adequate knowledge, both in terms of AI knowledge, AI adoption, AI principles, AI strategies, and the things that also mitigate against the effective use of AI. And so for us at FITC, we always understand how important it is to create the body of knowledge that is required to make this knowledge not only available to people, but also to the workforce so that they can, through micro learning, through extended learning, through governance learning, understand artificial intelligence, leverage that to deliver value, both to their customers and the society at large.
Right, and definitely using adopting artificial intelligence when it comes to financial services, definitely that's a sensitive area, because at the end of the day there's still risk when it comes to adoption of artificial intelligence. How do you hedge as a business against such risk?
So first of all, as excited as we all are around artificial intelligence, it also comes with its own risk, from data privacy to algorithm bias, because sometimes artificial intelligence may also push you the thoughts that it has. You need to validate those yourself. To governance gaps in terms of how it operates within the framework of what your business and operations are. And in some cases, even decision processes that are made more by machines than human. And so there must be balance at all times. So to be able to contend with all of these risks that can emerge requires knowledge, requires understanding of how all of this work. So institutions and organizations, to mitigate this risk, must be able to institute ethical guidelines, governance framework, and of course, even as much as oversight. What sort of oversight do you have, or does the organization have set up to ensure that the utilization and adoption of AI is along the lines of ethical guidelines? And so one of the things that we do is create this sort of knowledge and learning through diverse levels across the entire institution, recognizing how the financial service sector is sensitive and very important to the stability of even the nation, to ensure that people from entry level have good understanding of both the artificial intelligence use, deployment, and governance, all the way to board level. And so creating all of this body of knowledge and body of engagement, bringing the best of the worlds together from time to time to ensure that there is knowledge, there is compliance, and there is risk mitigations. And that's also because you don't want to bring an entire sector and industry to sink. And so we make significant and proactive learning available across different levels in FITC to guard against the risks, but more importantly, to drive financial system stability.
Right, and definitely, I know you also go out there to teach some of these organizations how to navigate most of these new technologies. I'd like to get your experience so far. What's it been like?
So we are super structured in the way that we do this. First of all, as a world-class, innovative, knowledge-driven organization, we are absolutely clear about the place of technology, both internal as our organization and in the things that we teach to all of the institutions that are, linked to FITC. And this is even outside of the financial service sector, because the private sectors are customers of the financial service sector, so they are also our stakeholders. And so what we have done is to create what we call the Future of Work Academy. Within the Future of Work Academy, we're able to bring knowledge and experiences within the academy for entry-level individuals who are just out of school and they are rookies, they don't have a lot of deep knowledge, but we give them extensive knowledge around technology, cybersecurity, risk, compliance, artificial intelligence. And so at the basics of what they need to know, they are learning the adoption and the strategies that are required to drive value leveraging artificial intelligence. Above that also, we've got what we have as our AI Academy. Our AI Leadership Academy is then advanced for the people that are at the middle level, because they are the real engines and pillars of the institutions and organizations. And so at the Artificial Intelligence Leadership Academy for FITC, we are constantly equipping middle level and senior leadership to be able to understand how they can convert opportunities around it to drive their organizations. And the last level is the governance level. The governance are for the board directors. The board directors also need to know artificial intelligence, because everybody can bring risk to the organization. And it's at the board level that you design the governance for your organization, what sort of strategy, how do we adopt, how do we play, what's the risk, and all of that. So you see that at this tripod, we have everyone covered. So every single person is not only learning technology, but is also advancing their skills and knowledge around artificial intelligence. And so we create through our advisory portfolio a whole lot of AI strategy and governance for institutions all over the world.
Fantastic, because definitely some companies will say, what, in order to mitigate most of the risk when it comes to new technology, I'll just stay away from that technology.
Yes.
But there's a risk to staying away.
Right.
What's your outlook for the future of workforce so far?
So like every year at FITC we roll out 5 conferences. And the biggest and the newest that is coming and rolling around us right now is on artificial intelligence. It's about workforce productivity and organizational performance leveraging artificial intelligence. We're going to be rolling that out on our E3 conference, which is our Employee Engagement and Experience Conference, coming up on the 31st of March, and that's just in about 2 weeks, where we'll bring the world leaders, thought leaders from everywhere. Over 50 speakers are going to be there, a lot of them drawn from technology experts, consultants, human resources experts, talent managers, to be able to drive this sort of knowledge and engagement and remove the phobia around technology and artificial intelligence for those who have it, so that they can embrace it, so that they can utilize it and make the best decisions and approach to business and drive the agility also within their organization that AI offers.
All right. You don't have to run away from the technology. Just find out how to manage it. Thank you so much, Dr. Chizo Mali. This is MD CEO, FITC. Thanks for coming on today.
All the time. I always love to be here. And thanks for very inspiring interviews all the time.
Thank you. Thank you.